enough music talk, a bit of a personal question. Paris, do you date?
I date.
All right, get ready for this.
I'm
It is
good at a
time
date.
for Date Up Late. Yes, Date Up Late. It's all about love.
It is all
It's
about
part of the
love.
show.
People out there, they're dating, they're on rsvp.com.au, of course, they're the experts, and they're telling us how it is, and they're giving us stats, they're feeding us stats about what people are doing when they're out there dating, like Paris. And we're talking about first dates, impressive first dates, and myself included. Well, the people surveyed, 37% like dinner and drinks on a first date, 35% casual cafe, and 23% go the weekend lunch. So that leaves 5% who are actually interesting.
I'm trying to work out if you're a casual cafe guy or a weekend luncher. It's hard to say,
You've got no idea about me. You can't work me out, Curly. But what about yourself, Paris? Been on any impressive first dates?
I have been taken on a date here at Mink Bar.
Mink Bar?
But that was average. However, I have had an impressive, horrible first date.
Okay.
Unimpressive first date.
Well, yeah,
What
unimpressive
happened?
to the momentous. Well, I met this man at a wedding, and by the way, everyone's in a suit at a wedding, so you really don't know who they really are. And then he came to my house a week later. He found my number through the bride, and I think
bit stalky.
a bit stalky. Comes over and was obviously a bit nervous. I hop in the car, and he's talking really quickly and chewing his jaw off.
Sweating.
And sweating. And then he ended up taking me to a bar where my friends were playing. Thank God they were playing there. And by the time we got there, he couldn't stay still. He couldn't sit down. He was talking complete gibberish. He was off his face, like completely off his face.
Not
And these-
impressive
That's
at
a
all.
bad date.
Very
Unimpressive.
unimpressive.
And-
Very
You
impressive.
Call him back.
Oh my God. I actually got a cab home with someone else because I was too scared to.
Just did a runner.
Yeah.
It was
I did do a
successful
runner.
in a roundabout sort of way. Right?
Impressive first
because
dates
he
for
was
you?
a disaster.
Disaster.
What about you with Brad?
Yeah, well, Brad, our first date was quite impressive. We were out dancing and he sort of cleared the space. So I need a bit of room. Does the belly worm.
The worm?
Wow.
The worm
impressive.
on
Clear.
the floor. I'm talking full frontward worm and then backward worm.
Two-way worm.
And he had you.
Is that a deal breaker?
Had me at the worm.
5 years later, they're still worming all over the house.
They're loving that. You, we'll move on from that. You've been on an impressive
moving on.
date.
No, I,
Sure, you
reckon I,
claim.
took it- I got an impressive day. I told a girl, I said I'd pick her up. I said, just make sure you wear comfortable shoes. And
Anything
I took it. No, that's just wear that. That's all.
shoes.
And picked her up and took her to the driving range. She never played golf before. We had the top level to ourselves.
Into the
A few
driving
drinks.
range.
Yep.
Girls love sport. And
Yeah, home to
Well-
watch the AFL afterwards.
yeah.
Sounds romantic.
High five my mates and we were done.
Did you do the creepy, let me show you how to swing, bud?
I may have
Pelvic
gone behind
cream.
each other. Just make sure you get your good. She thought that was a good day.
I had an unimpressive first date. I took a girl cycling, rented some bicycles. She couldn't ride a bike and she drove into a telegraph
Wow.
post.
Gee, you guys are very
So-
creative on the
Trying
sporty
to get
sort of
creative.
side. Well, I don't know, what about dinner and, drinks?
It's cliche.
Yeah, come
it's
on.
cliche. Anyway, that is Date Up Late, of course, from the experts at rsvp.com.au.
Yes, indeed. Now, still going to wrap this little baby up in a sec. Have a little bit of chat to Paris and Pia. That's coming up after the break here on Up Late.